Welcome to a new episode of Hacks and Hobbies with your host, Junaid Ahmed. In this episode of Hacks and Hobbies, I'll be talking a little bit about a challenge that I've accepted on LinkedIn. This challenge was presented by a newly met friend, a contact, now a friend. I met Rob House through the LinkedIn Mastery group that Errol Erdeman set up, and he announced on the Mastery group that he's launching this new challenge, and it's called 30 Days of Videos. Now, I'm not foreign to videos. I'm, in fact, quite passionate about videos. And as I mentioned in the episode, the LA episode of what I'm going to be planning on doing with video tips, well, this is the opportunity. This is the calling. This is the group challenge, the group accountability sort of setup where I can actually force myself to shoot these videos day by day. Every day, I'll be posting one video, one tip, maybe two tips per video. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out the rhythm and the explanation of all of it. And so it's going to be exciting. The challenge started yesterday, officially launched yesterday. I was not able to get my first video in as I was still recording. And I didn't think about it much when Rob was saying, when we had a conversation, he said, you got to strategize. You got to figure this out. You got to do it ahead of time so you're not running around daily trying to make video, trying to cut video, trying to shoot video. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? You're so right. When you see these courses, the instructor is essentially wearing the same clothes throughout the entire class, and that could be uh, spread out over 24 videos, 25 videos, whatever the number of videos. But the instructor is, always wearing the same clothes. So does it mean that we need to shoot a video every single day? And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna record a few videos together and then edit them in such a way that I have it set up correctly, and I will post them one day at a time. That way, what I'm going to talk about or what I'm talking about in these videos, I know what I talked about in the last video. There's not going to be much wardrobe change because that was another question that somebody brought it up. Like, hey, what about wardrobe change? If I'm going to be recording multiple videos in the same day, do I need to do wardrobe change? Do I need to change my makeup? Do I need to change my hair? I was like, well, and then that's when I thought about it. That's when I thought about the masterclass.com scenario. It's like these guys don't have time to go to shoot multiple days in a month. They take that one day out, they'll sit there with you, they'll talk about all the material, and it'll all be done. Now, the cool part about masterclass is um, the instructors, such as the famous Steve Martin, um, Malcolm Gladwell, James Patterson, uh, Ramsey, Mr. Chef Ramsey. These people are not the ones who are doing the edits. They're not the one who's doing the shoot. They're doing the work. They are the experts. They are the masters for this class. So they don't have to worry about any of the editing, any of that kind of stuff. That's the job of the producer. That's the job of the editor. But in this case, in our scenario, where we are the content creators, we are the content material providers, we have to come up with all of these things. We don't have a team working. So it is absolutely okay, in my opinion, to record in the same day all of the videos that you can, and then go play them out. So now I was not able to do my intro video. Although I recorded it on my cameras, but I just didn't have enough time yesterday or all through the morning to get through and actually edit this footage. So I set myself up, I didn't wear a coat or anything. I was just wearing a nice dress shirt. I set up my office to be this pseudo studio. I had to move things around, so not a lot of things around. I just had to move some items around. And I was looking through the footage last night, and I'm like, there's this huge shadow on the right side of my nose. Why is there a huge shadow on the right side of my nose? And because I did the lighting all wrong. I have both lights. One is shining in from the front of me, a ring light, and I can't see those rings in my eyes either. It's like, this is no fun. So either I have to go back and re-edit these videos or reshoot them, or just use them and shoot again and do it right. Because I spent the time to record, the computer has spent the time to analyze the footage and all that good stuff, right? There are a few things I need to do. I need to remove room noise from the video, because there's a lot of room noise, and I've got to just edit this together and have at least the 4 videos that I did aim for out of that shooting. And then my next shoot could be on the weekend, where I can record maybe 5 or 7 or 10 videos. I don't know. So that's something I am contemplating about. So that would be interesting. Now, the group has already been posting videos, and the time slot that we've selected for our engagement is between 12 to 12:05 is when Rob is saying to post the videos, and then post a link to the video in the engagement pod, and then you can go and like and comment and boost the post essentially. And, that's exactly what we're doing. So on Facebook, on my Facebook page, I have Hacks and Hobbies page set up, and I'd post things on there, and Facebook comes back a couple hours later. It's like, hey, spend $20 and boost this post, advertise and get it to more people. And essentially, that's what we're doing by doing natural algorithm. By just thought about, I just thought, wow, that's exactly what they're doing. So, anyways, that's the plan for my 30-day challenge. So, what am I going to be talking about the 30 days challenge? I did talk mention a little bit about what it will be, but I just want to say it here on the podcast that the podcast is going to be the podcast. Huh. I'm all over the place. I am actually running late to a class that started 17 minutes ago, but I have no choice. I had to drop off my kids. I didn't sleep all night. Oh, my youngest one was so fussy. She's teething and she's crying like no other. It's been crazy. So the topics for the videos is going to be 30 days of videos. Wait, that's a challenge. 30 days of videos, yes. But my topic is going to be video production using your smartphone. Now, what's funny is Rob keeps calling them cell phones. I'm like, dude, I haven't used a cell phone in ages, but he didn't get the joke. I think I'm gonna have to drop some audio into the group that we've set up, where we're collaborating and we're essentially giving each other's tips and blah. So that's the plan for the man. Talk about video production for these 30 days. And uh, so far, what I've recorded, it sounds pretty good. I need to go and re-listen, but I threw in a little story behind every tip, and I'm alluding to the fact, okay, what's the tip? What's the tip? And all of a sudden, I give you the tip, and you're like, oh, that totally makes sense. Totes my goats, right? Uh, Anyways, that's all for today's update. Hopefully, I'll have another episode dropping tomorrow. I have been a little slow in getting content up. There's been a lot of changes around what's going on, uh, and so the bees have been doing pretty good. I have not had a chance to look at them. It's been pretty wet, pretty cold, pretty different weather all around. Plus, I injured my right foot. I had a gout attack, which basically left me immobile. It was the skin, my foot was extremely sensitive, and I was not able to walk or even put on shoes. So finally, this past weekend, I was able to get back on my feet, put my shoes on, um, finally got into go to the office for work. Otherwise, I was working from home. The bees should be doing good. The temperature did drop below 50 degrees. So this is a time when they're clustering. I'll need to go and check and remove that top box because that box is bringing nothing for anybody. It's just uh, excess heat that they have to produce. I do need to figure out. I do need to figure out how to place um, the moisture board inside, and what else I need to do. The the food that I have provided is probably done. I could be wrong. I was wrong last time that I checked. So I will take a look in there, hopefully this weekend, and see how the bees are doing. Hopefully the weather will be cooperative. And yeah, that's about it. I think 5 o'clock is somewhere around the time I will have some free time on Saturday. Sunday, I'm supposed to go do some behind the scenes video shooting for a short web series that I joined a few months ago. And unfortunately, I was not able to attend their first meet and greet, and then the two shooting dates that they have had. And they're going to have a shooting date on Saturday and Sunday. So, Sunday, I'm hoping that I can get out there for a few hours and show my face and apologize. Like, dude, life sucks. Life is very busy. I mean, life doesn't suck. It's just that, there's so many responsibilities as a parent, so many responsibilities as a uh, husband, as a provider, and the distances, right? The distance to go to this location, it's quite far for me. It's about an hour, maybe more away, since they're close to Baltimore, I believe. So hopefully I can get out there this weekend and show my face, do some behind the scenes video shooting, or not. I mean, I don't know. It all depends. I did make a promise to myself to shoot 10 more videos for the 30 days of video challenge. But I think I can handle that on Saturday and Sunday if I can set up the gear, set up the equipment, set up the space, and talk about these things. And what I also help to bring is not bring, but need to shoot some footage, some B-roll footage for some of the things that I'm talking about, because after all, these are videos, and what better to show somebody than talk about it? You're talking about something, and then to be able to show about these things, it is going to be absolutely um, effective and helpful. Get my foot in the door for some editing knowledge and whatnot. So anyway, that's the plan. Hopefully, I'll come back tomorrow and talk about what I did today, and if I was able to post my first video today or not. Um, I was planning on using the footage from last night for the intro video, but the intro video is so simple. I'm just telling them that I've accepted this challenge and this is what I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned and come back and watch some more tomorrow. And yeah, dude, that's all I've got for now. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe, send a message, however you can find us. Oh, that's another update I might want to add here, right? I've set up a website for the podcast, hacksandhobbies.com. I've got a Twitter for hacksandhobbies.com, and I've got Instagram for hacksandhobbies.com. And of course, if you want to email me, you can always send an email to Junaid at hacksandhobbies.com. So I was able to get all these things together and these social media profiles and social media contacts, so you can contact the podcast and talk about what you want to talk about and come on board. And the other thing that I've also been doing is I've been interviewing a lot of people, a lot of hobbyists, a lot of hackers, and talk about their hobbies and their life struggles and all these cool things. So there's a lot of good stuff coming. You guys, I love that you're supporting me and listening to my podcast. Please feel free to send a message through any of these means that I just mentioned earlier. hacksandhobbies.com also has a Facebook page. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. I've got some posts from the podcast. I am setting up a way to bring these podcast episodes to the Facebook page as well. Right now, every episode is a post on the webpage, on the website, a blog post. So you can comment on that blog post and get back to us any which way you want.